What's up YouTube, it's Louis here. I hope you're all well. We're taking a look at Vechain on the weekly time frame, and last week is confirmed with the Sunday weekly close that it's now given us this bullish reversal signal on the weekly time frame. This is extremely bullish. However, although that's the signal it's given, it doesn't mean we're just flying out of nowhere. We need to do other things. It's given us this bullish signal, but we've ran into resistance with it. So it means that we're trying to break out bullish. We haven't yet done so. Without yet doing so, could we be coming back in the short term before pushing back up? This is what we're going to explain in today's update. But we know that we want a bull trend, and for that to happen, we need a weekly candle close above the 20 weekly EMA, which is this purple one, but multiple weeks above it, holding it as support, doing something like this where you can see you've ran into it, you've actually tested it and gone above it, but rejected it. So I want to see rejections off of it, but the opposite way. You see how we're under it and rejecting it. I want to see us with price above, coming down, going below the purple line, and then rejecting it and pushing back up to signal that we are going to start this pump towards about the 55 weekly EMA at about 3644 cents. Now, before we head over to the chart that I want to be showing you, the one that we do all of our analysis on, I wanted to bring your attention to this clear chart. This moving average over here might be wrong, so ignore it for now. But the reason I wanted to show this chart is because Vechain has actually broken out of a 300-day plus downtrend, guys. 300-day plus, 400-day plus, my goodness. Can you see that over here? 427 days until we got this breakout. That is incredible. So you've just now broken a 400-day plus downtrend. However, although it has broken out with the bodies, again, look what's just right there ahead of us. The 20 weekly moving average. So hold your horses for now. Vechain has broken out, not necessarily the main coins. So this is something we need to really be aware of, because in the past, when we've seen Vechain breaking out, it's actually resulted in it being a fake out. So we've had moments in this very bear market where we've pumped up a lot, but eventually resulted in lower lows. It doesn't mean every single time this is going to happen. Eventually this has to flip bullish. But we need to be aware that although we're getting these amazing bullish signals, just like here you were, this here is a weekly bullish reversal signal because you were in a downtrend and in 1 week, boom, you reversed it. However, although that was a bullish weekly signal, you ran into resistances. So the same thing here, you ran into resistances. In this case, you actually broke out bullish and everyone got trapped. Can you see that? So this didn't even break out of the 20 EMA just yet. So although it's broken that 400 plus a day downtrend, we're yet to break out of the 20 weekly EMA. We're going to look at this in a bit more detail today. But yeah, let's go over to our actual chart. It's going to get very messy very quickly. Here we go. So we are yet to invalidate this head and shoulders pattern. I've seen multiple other altcoins do so, and the main ones. So that's actually very positive first step. So turning back on those drawings, we can see that shoulder here, left shoulder, head and right shoulder. Argument is this your right shoulder? Is this then the same location? You can just say you've come into that right shoulder twice. It doesn't matter. The whole thing's your right shoulder. It really don't matter. Anyway, we draw our neckline, and only once this is lost, we know, okay, the pattern is valid. So with that capitulation in this red candle, that was when FTX blew up essentially, and so that was our signal. We're going lower, and this is why we need to be careful right now, not just with Vechain, but Vechain could be telling us why we need to be careful, because we've seen in the past, let me just go to the daily quickly, we've seen in the past we've actually formed bullish crosses and we've gone up for some weeks, maybe even a month before losing it. So this is what we need to be very wary of. We're about to form the daily bullish cross. Incredible, guys. But the next step is holding it. This is something I said over on Quant when Quant was at about $200 and something. I was saying, guys, we formed the bullish cross on the weekly time frame, but we need to realize now we need to come back to it. So let's take profits high at 200, to look to re-enter about 120. That was at the time where that weekly bullish cross was. We did go lower to $100. That is quant, that's a separate crypto. But I'm just saying, yeah, we've had a similar story happen where I warned the people beforehand, luckily. And so this is what I want to suggest to you guys as well. To be careful that although we're about to form this bullish cross, just look to the left very quickly. You had a failed one over here. It happened. We went up for a month or so and then we continued lower. Look at the breakout, July, end of July. And yeah, okay, so 2 weeks above, my apologies. Over here, we had a bullish cross, literally 2 days later, boom, invalidated. So we need to be very careful. What I would say that is positive, we have space to run up to. What is negative about this space that we can run up to, which is the 200 daily EMA? What is negative? Psychological level, 2.5 cent. Forgetting that, where is this? It's lower than the last high over here. So that's also very risky because, again, this is the trend decider. Although this is our short-term thinking, moving averages, and we can trade the ins and outs, this is the longer-term trend decider. So if we were to see a fake out, going back under, just like in this case where we went above all the moving averages, just as we're seeing now, just as we saw there and there, you see it eventually went back under. Bear trap, a bull trap, bull trap. Could this be a bull trap? That's what we need to be aware of. It could still be. Reason being is we're below that trend decider, the daily 200 EMA. Guys, if you are enjoying this video, please smash the like button and leave a comment underneath. What I would urge you guys is to at least subscribe if you haven't already, because we're trying to get to 5K as soon as possible, and I'd really appreciate it if we could do so before the end of this month. That would be incredible, guys. But yeah, going back over to the daily time frame with the with the drawings, we see this golden pocket, right? We have this big push up. That's the push up that we measured. It was about 70%. So I'm measuring the 70% push. Now, if from here I go back to there, I know it says minus 40, but that is a retracement of 100%. I'm going to show you. I've measured the fibs from the low to the top. And with that saying, if I go back to where I came from there, that's the 1 fib level. I've retraced 100%. So I draw out this golden pocket to signal this is 50 to 60%. Now, you're actually meant to hold this as support right there and head up and break the high. That is what we should have seen. This was not the case. So let's not lose this low to give us another opportunity of breaking above it, holding its support to go up. And we were calling that on the channel. Everything was going exactly as we were predicting until something out of the ordinary happened. Something out of everyone's power came, and that was FTX capitulating. So that is why new things, we have to take this into consideration. We wiped out the low completely with that boom in one candle, in 2 days, my apologies, in 2 days, in 1 week, in one weekly candle. And so we need to reclaim that specific level that we lost, but also where the manipulation began, where we were bullish. We flipped bearish randomly. Well, not randomly, external factor came into play. Let's take that out. So until then, until that point, there's still risk of manipulation. There's still risk of going lower. Why? Because the 200 daily EMA says so. The trend decider. Take out that high. Then the trend is deciding it's up now. Do you understand? But until that point, until that very moment when we're above this, we have to be very cautious, guys. Although we're seeing on the weekly time frame strong signs of bullish weekly reversals. Of course, that's going to be the thumbnail for today, but if you just looked at my thumbnail, you wouldn't have got all the information you found out today. So let's head over to the 15-minute time frame. So over here on the 15-minute, oh, look at that. So this was the last video I left you guys off, and I always leave you with the 15-minute time frame. So this will be the last few minutes of the video. So again, make sure to support the channel in those last few minutes. But yeah, you push down, you're coming back up. You're not meant to get through the golden pocket. If you do so, that's extremely bullish. Push through. Now we're heading back to the 1 fib level. But I'm always aware that that's not good. I'm always aware that before we're taking out that 1 fib level, really, we should be coming back to test this as support. So we shouldn't really just, after pushing through this gold pocket, we shouldn't just take out that high. You're meant to fall back to the golden pocket that you just broke, hold that as support, only then we're going up. Can you see, didn't hold it, went straight through. So now that's a bearish signal. In the short term, we were holding that 15-minute 200 EMA. So last 215 minutes, average, boom, this is the line. That is, we were above it, holding its support, we're bullish, right? to a certain extent. There's always more to it than just the black and white rules, guys. There's always more to it. This is why you don't just read the thumbnail, you don't just read the title, you come to the video and you get all the explanations possible, so you're not getting manipulated. Alrighty, so again, we said getting through this golden pocket is bullish. We should have gone up from here. Did that happen? No. So although we're coming back down to reset this bull uptrend, although this is a bullish uptrending moving average, you're expecting to go higher than this, of course. But in the short term, you see how we actually got trapped under the golden pocket. This is a signal now, because we're not pushing through it again, we're not going to get this. Again, we'll explain why it went up there in a second, but because we're not pushing through it and seeing closes above and holding it, we're not going higher. We're not going to take out the 1 fib level. We're not going to the 1.272 or the 618 up there. However, so this pushed us lower. So if we're not getting that higher high signal, we're going lower than this. So I'm teaching you how to trade in and out basically. And so we're continuing lower back to where all this build up was. So the fact that we pushed through the golden pocket somewhere where we meant to dump from and lose the low, this is what you should do. It's not always the case. Let's say we didn't even get that. Let's say we just went down. So from here, you're meant to go lower than the 0 fib, the lowest point. But I've seen multiple times, and I've explained it in other updates today as well, that if you're waiting to see if a higher low is formed. We've actually seen this with Bitcoin and Ethereum. Check out those updates today. And yeah, so if we are holding the 236, the only reason why I'm saying the 236 is when we look to the left, there's a massive build up over here. There's more build up than down there. So this is the level I don't want to lose. So if I'm coming down to there, knowing I'm losing this because I did not get above here. Because I didn't get above the golden pocket, I'm now going to lose this. So we're not in uptrend until a certain point. So we'll get to that. So now we're going to go down and lose the low until we meet our next support. Boom, we met support. What is support? Support is the bottom of the market. So if it's the bottom, we're going to at least short-term bounce. We short-term bounce, we reclaimed that. Wow, amazing. If we reclaimed this low that's now meant to be resistance, if we reclaim that bottom, it's the bottom. So we go to the high. So that would be here minimum, and then you got to there. Now we're waiting. Can we push through the golden pocket? Yes or no? We're waiting. It's given so on this occasion, because here you were meant to go lower, but we found a higher low on this previous bottom, reclaiming this bottom, flipping it to support over here, heading back to the range high, which we did over here. Now if we ever get back above this golden pocket, we're going back to the 1 fib level. Boom, 1 fib level tested. And if we're seeing pushes above that, onwards and upwards to these next 3 targets, and we've seen that happen. So that's incredible for Vechain. Just quickly before we go, I know this video is a lot longer than usual, but again, golden pocket here, we're currently under. I don't want to see the 382 fib lost. You see how we lost it, but quickly reclaiming it. Going forward, I can't see it lost again. I know you've set a new wick, so technically, let's say this is the level that you don't want to lose. If you just want an easier level, yeah, you can just say the low or the 382 fib, okay? But if you want this to go up, again, reclaim that golden pocket. Let me draw it for you. Reclaim this. You shouldn't have lost it. Remember, there's a lot of things that should not have happened here that did, and so because of that, there's now new criteria that has to follow. Otherwise, it's going to invalidate the new, do you understand? So push down, it's meant to push up into here as it did, and then continue lower. However, as you're coming down, look for areas of support it could catch. It caught support. Okay, now we're going to attempt to go back up here and break it. And we were playing around between this support and this resistance. We're waiting. Close below this, we're going down. Close above this, we're going back up to the 1 fib level. And that's what we've seen. We broke above the golden pocket, as I teach you every day. You hold it support, you go up. If you want me to teach you this one-to-one, if you just want a course where you don't have a lot of extra time in your life to do one-to-one lessons, I have a course and I have a mentorship that also includes a Discord community chat where there's over 60 people helping each other. So if I'm not available, everyone is available to help each other. It's a great community, and you get this free through my education. To get my education, head over to my Twitter, which is linked underneath this video. We're almost at 2K followers over there, so make sure you're following for further updates on crypto. But again, we push through to the 1 fib level, but it's not a guarantee we go further. So that would be a take profit. Let's say you entered somewhere here, you could have taken profit here. Only if we're seeing consecutive candles above and holding it, then yes, we go to these targets, just like as we explained down here. But right now, we can see that we lost the golden pocket and we're quickly reclaiming it. So let's see us take out this high. Let's just say the 786 fib. If we're pushing through that 786 fib, to be honest, in my opinion, doesn't mean I'm going to be right, but in my opinion, if we're getting above 2.13 cent, we're going up to these prices over here, 2.2, 2.3. Thank you guys.